Hey friends, I'm back with another video, and I'm gonna be warning everybody in advance that I have a douchebag neighbor upstairs, and you're probably gonna hear them or their dog, like right now. Their piece of shit dog is clawing at the floor. So hopefully it's gonna do a lot of damage, and management will charge them a ton of money for the repairs, because who knows if they even reported that they have a dog or not. So anyway, I thought I would do just a Lost Dungeons of Norath mission here in Everfrost. So here's our adventure recruiter, and we're just gonna do high risk, and we're gonna do mob count. That way I don't have to like look for prisoners or anything like that. We'll hit request and accept. So we got 56 things to kill. Oops. And I'm 3-boxing with 3 mercenaries. So it should be pretty easy. Oh, and their average level is 45. I think one of them is 46. And I have a ranger, a beast lord, and I think a necromancer. Yep, a necromancer. And all within the 45, 46 range level. And I just didn't know what else to do. Like, I know I need to make a video. I want to try to keep making videos because my channel has been growing a little bit. Like, I've gotten a handful of subscribers recently, and I'm glad. I'm very glad that I'm having some subscribers. Although lately I've been having a lot of issues that have been sort of preventing me from filming new content. So I haven't really missed a day yet. I usually try to put stuff out every Sunday, and if I can, every Thursday. But for me, Thursdays are optional. That's just if I keep having, cool ideas of doing stuff. But I want to keep at least every Sunday with a new video. And, your best way of growing your channel is to keep providing steady new content, right? So here we are. Here's the portal. So let's jump on in. Oh, I gotta make sure that one of my mercenaries is a tank. I didn't really check that. I know one of them is a cleric, so that's good. And so there's a kobold, so I know one of them is a rogue, because the kobold mercenaries are always rogues. I think this is a tank. Yes, a dark elf tank. Okay, so I do have one. Either that or my ranger would be tanking, which, we all know that rangers, great DPS, but they're not really intended to be tanks, right? Ooh, and it's the 46 that's the tank. So that's good. It's like a slightly higher level than the other 2 characters. So they're going to be able to take that damage. So let's make sure we got everybody, active. All the mercenaries are active. Yeah, they are. And I set the tank as main tank, which means that they will definitely hold aggro like they're supposed to. And my ranger is main assist. And I'm just going to be using auto follow, and I'm going to be flipping through my windows to just hit the assist key, and that's pretty much going to be it. I'm not going to worry too much about other stuff. Now you're going to notice the one thing I do like about this dungeon, because I don't really like this dungeon at all. I've never liked it. I usually like doing the undead in you get the go to the mercenary camp or the wayfarers camp in Butcher Block, and I think it's in Lesser Fate Arc, and you have the undead, the vampire, Mistmore type stuff. And I never cared for this because of how bizarre it is. But that's why I decided to film here today, is because of how bizarre everything is. And you'll see here soon. I mean, skeletons you see everywhere. That's nothing new. But you'll see, like, the really crazy, like, mutant, like, monsters and stuff that you fight in this zone. They're just... Look at this thing. I mean, is that supposed to be like a werewolf or what? I don't even know. It's like a giant werewolf, but with crazy horns on his back. And the funny thing is, I never really find anybody that wants to group, because I've tried to, set up groups of people so I wouldn't have to, 3-box. I thought, hey, even if I just get 2 other players interested in joining me in a group, and every player has a mercenary, that's a full group right there. But I couldn't even get like 2 other people willing to join. They're always like, oh, Lost Dungeons of Norath is shitty XP. I'm like, I get great XP on these, and I don't... When did it become a fucking race? When did it become a race to level up? Especially on, like, the Throne of I server, which is where I play the most, there's already a massive XP bonus. It's huge. Huge XP bonus. So if you want to fly through levels, join this server, because it's always, like, ridiculous. Like, ridiculous XP bonus. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here because of the free trade, where a lot of, stuff that's usually no drop can actually be exchanged and traded. I really like that dynamic in the game. Not to mention, because these are instanced, I never have to worry about people coming in and taking the camp, or, trying to fight over a camp, or I show up and it's already taken, because I don't want to be that guy either. The guy that shows up and tries to take your camp from you and shit. Anytime I see someone that's already in the dungeon, I usually just leave. I mean, if it looks like they're just camping a small area, I'll say, hey, do you care if I take this? Or I'll shout camp check to see, what is it that they're trying to kill, so I don't take it. Because again, I never want to be that guy. Which is what bothers me about this douchebag neighbor of mine upstairs. Like, I would never be the noisy person. Dude, come on, just try to control your dog a little bit. There are people out there that will help teach dogs whatever that is, obedience, and to where they're not annoying to you or to other people. See, this thing is like a dead version of it, but you'll see when I find one that's alive. There's just these crazy looking mutation things. I don't know. I guess it's like mad scientists or mad wizards or whatever that are interfering with nature and playing God and making crazy creations. I guess sort of like how Saruman was breeding orcs that could move through sunlight. Breeding orcs and goblin men through foulcraft, or whatever the hell it is that Gandalf said about Saruman's treachery. That it goes deeper than you know. Anyway, I should probably talk about that Rings of Power show. Is anybody watching the Rings of Power? I know that there's a lot of people on YouTube already complaining about it and whining about it. And is it maybe not as entertaining or not as fun as the Lord of the Rings movies? Yeah, those were masterpieces, dude. They were freaking amazing. They really, really were. But I'm sure that there were some critics of that. But when those came out, it wasn't nearly as cool or as trendy or as popular to shit talk shows that you didn't like. Or if it was, I just, never saw those videos of people trash talking movies like I do now. Now it's like every other content creator can't be bothered to say that they like that show. And again, I'm not trying to say it's like the best show I've ever seen. I'm not going to say, oh, there's like not a single like bad thing about the show. I mean, there's some stuff about that show that I'm not, loving. But I'm not going to sit here and trash talk it because there were a lot of people that I'm sure put a lot of work into it. I saw one really good video that had a lot of criticisms of the show, but they didn't use right-wing buzzwords, like right-wing talking points in their criticism. So it didn't come off like they were trying to push any kind of alternative agenda. And that is a critic that I can get behind. If you don't like something, and you don't like it because of actual, errors in the writing, and every, thing that they said, that they criticized, they said, if it were me, I would do it this way. So not only did they criticize the show, but they said how it could be made better. Oh, we're going to see one of the really freaky things in this dungeon here in a second. So yeah, they actually brought up ways of making the show better. And I liked the stuff that they mentioned. They made good points. They said some good stuff. I don't know if I'll find that video. If I do, maybe I'll put it in the link of my video or something. Because I would love to, let people know, like, hey, check out this content creator because they're really good. Even though they're super, like, bigger than my channel already. But still, you're never... It's never a bad thing to promote others. I mean, I've seen a few critics or videos that were kind of like shit talking, but they were actually kind of funny. Like this one, I don't remember the video or what, but they just started talking about like if you met a hobbit today and you hooked up, like you met him on Tinder, I don't know, and you had dirty hobbit sex, and you would have to change your sheets after because your sheets would be all messed up. Because yeah, I guess, they got dirty feet. They don't wear shoes. Look at this thing. Look at this atrocious. Unfortunately, the kobold is in the way. But yeah, this crazy mutant I just killed. Hopefully I'll come across another one and you'll be able to see it better. But yeah, it is kind of funny, like, you know. And I'm talking like hobbits, not like the Harfoots. They're like covered in twigs and berry juice, like, dudes, like, I know you're like, oh, here we go, look at this raving miscreation. It's got like weird tubes in its back. I don't know if it's breathing out of that or what. And it's got like mouths on eye stalks or mouth stalks. I guess you can't call them eye stalks if they're not actually having eyes at the ends of them. They would be mouth stalks. With mouths on the end of like tentacles. Really weird, creepy looking stuff. It's like nightmare fuel. But yeah, you know, people are like complaining about the hobbits, like, these aren't our hobbits, you know, the hobbits that they know and love. It's like, no shit, Sherlock, they're not freaking hobbits, they're Harfoots, they're like proto-hobbits. They are like caveman hobbits. If you look at like ancient man, we weren't as, you know, clean and showered and dapper as we are today. We were probably filthy little buggers. We probably had like berry juice covering our faces also. And all kinds of mess. Well, I don't have a rogue, do I? No. Nobody could disarm that damn trap. See, that's the one nice thing about bringing a rogue on these things. The Lost Dungeon and Norath missions is they could disarm all those annoying traps. And look, I'm still getting like Defiant armor drops here too. So, you know, if anybody's like, oh, you won't get Defiant armor drops, you do. You get Defiant armor drops in Lost Dungeons, just like anywhere else. I even think I get them more often in Lost Dungeons. Usually, I mean, at least I've had some really good drops in Lost Dungeons. Now, all the old Lost Dungeons gear is crap now, but a lot of it can be used as tribute if you use the Tribute Master a lot. So that's a thing. You know, and some of them are worth quite a bit to the Tribute Master. These guys are like no XP, they're just gray. Here we go. Ooh. You hear that? You hear that? That's the cunt dog. Barking really loud. He'll do that at 3 in the fucking morning. And I'm sorry, I know I've been trying to not swear, but this neighbor really pisses me off. I would never do that. I've never went out and bought a cat or a dog for myself, ever. And I never would, unless I lived in a house somewhere, like in the country. Because this shit happens. And if you want to be inconsiderate, you know, to others, then I guess, you know, sure, go ahead and do it. But if you actually care about those around you, you don't get a dog. Not one that's going to bark all the time. At the very least, you know, get it trained. Get it to where it won't be barking all the time. I don't like these things either. This creepy manticore. Because their faces are just evil looking. Yeah, see, it turned around for a second. And these stupid flying monkey things. Woof, woof, woof. You know, I thought it would be really funny if I could just go upstairs, knock on his door, or just stand outside of his door and just start barking loudly, non-stop. And if he came to answer the door, I wouldn't say anything. I would just keep barking and barking and barking, and maybe sometimes do it at like 3 or 4 in the morning for, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour at a time. I mean, his dog does it, for hours at a time. And just start barking at the guy, just to see, what their reaction would be. To see if they would actually think to call management and complain about me. Because I'd love for him to do that. Because then I could be like, yes, you see now what I'm going through with your dog? It's like, maybe you might be more willing to do something about it. Woof, woof, woof. And I don't know if the guy is up there, if he's like some kind of monstrous douchebag that is abusive to the animal and leaves it there alone all day long because maybe he's working. But, if you're working all the time and you can't be there for your pet, don't get a damn pet. Please don't. Because the thing is like, going nuts. It thinks you abandoned it. It has no sense of time. Or if you're going to get a dog and you're working all the time, take it to a doggy daycare. They have those all over the city. In just about any city you go to, I'm sure they have one. And they're a lot cheaper than like people daycare. And if you can't afford it, well, again, then maybe you can't afford to have a dog. The thing sounds like a big animal too. But we were talking about dirty hobbit sex. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be down. I probably would be down to date a hobbit, just because, they're short and fat. I'm short and fat. They like pie. I like pie. They probably know how to cook. They can farm, so you'll always have fresh produce. Yeah, really, I mean, unless you don't like short, fat people, then yeah, you wouldn't be a good match with a hobbit, but I'd probably be fine. I'd probably be fine dating me a hobbit. Don't know if I'd want a Harfoot, though. Like, I want someone that's actually going to wash their face now and then. Wash their face, brush their teeth, take a shower. Not have twigs and shit in their hair. But again, I'm not trying to trash the show. I found it entertaining. I found it thoroughly entertaining. What's he doing? He's like digging and scraping on the floor. He's searching for the Harfoots. He wants to eat them. He thinks the berry juice on their faces would be delicious. And what about the meteor man that they found? Like, he does stuff and it comes out bad and almost kills somebody, but then they realize that it turns out, no, he actually helped them. He's just clumsy and kind of dumb for being as powerful as he is. And then they got that team of Vanilla Ice impersonators chasing after the guy. So they're like, what are you supposed to think about that? If they start singing, Then I might actually have to quit the show. They're like, you know, the torch, it doesn't burn because it's as cold as ice, ice, baby. I'll stop. I'll stop, I promise. Don't go. No, no, don't unsubscribe. I'm sorry, I'll stop, I promise. So how about that annoying dog upstairs? I should be talking about the game. So the Halloween event hasn't started yet. Not in Everquest anyway. It's supposed to start soon. Here, let's actually look into that. If you're ever not sure about an event, just type in /calendar and hit enter. It looks like it begins on the 12th. Because it's called Night's Dead. I believe it's called Night's Dead. Yeah, Night's Dead. It starts on the 12th of October. It goes on to the 31st. And I think it goes in through the middle of November. Night's Dead, Night's Dead. So it ends on November 9th. So yeah. So you could do all your spoopy Halloween quests between the 12th and the 9th. And there's a couple of cool things that you can get. I don't know if this character has one of them. I don't think they do. But there's that earring that summons the little mushroom guy, and he's like a regeneration buff. So that could be pretty cool, especially at lower level. I think you have to be like at least 35 or something to, you know, make the clicky work and summon the mushroom guy. And everybody likes the mushroom guy because he's a fun guy. I'm sorry. Please don't unsubscribe. Don't. Come on. It's just me. You know me. You can stick around. You enjoy the puns. Rapunzel. I know. Stop. Okay, so look, I got me an upgrade. This is ornate defiant cloth. I just had rough defiant cloth, so yay. Let's, you know, equip that upgrade. It'd be nice if I got a robe, a cloth robe, because I'm just wearing simple. And I think, see, glooming deep pants. So I definitely need to upgrade an upgrade for silk pants or cloth pants. Ow, I bit my tongue. How many critters do I have? Oh, I already finished. See, I already finished the mission. I didn't even notice when I finished it. I've been going on about the Lord of the Rings show and the stupid annoying dog upstairs. But I didn't even notice that I defeated the dungeon that I completed the task anyway. I always just keep playing though because it's XP, you know? It's XP, it's loot. I'm surprised I didn't get more of the crazy mutation things. Like especially the big, tall, undead, half elephant, half man thing. And I'm not gonna make an elephant man joke, I'm better than that. So there's also what other show have I been watching? Oh, the that Game of Thrones prequel. I'm still not sure what I think about that. I find it entertaining. You know, it's filmed well, except there was one scene in the last episode, I think it was episode 6 or 7, where the lighting was off, like a lot. It was just It was lit really weird, and I didn't really enjoy that whole sequence. Ooh, I got flawed silk gloves. Awesome. I'm sure that the necromancer can make use of that. Let's take a look. Rough gloves. This is flawed gloves, so that's another upgrade. Although flawed pants would have been nice. But I'm not going to be picky. Like, any useful loot is just that, useful loot. And I don't turn my nose up at it. Another sentient mass of flesh. So that's what they're called. Sentient mass of flesh. I mean, how do we know it's sentient? It doesn't actually talk or anything. I mean, it's animated, that's for sure. I'll say it's animated. But sentient? Isn't sentient also sort of cinnamon? Just another way of saying that it's intelligent? I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Why can't I drop this? Frost crystal. It was weird. Just, it wouldn't go in the bag. There's that stupid dog again, going off barking for no reason. It's like, if you knew like the volume that I keep everything at, because I know I don't want to be that guy that annoys everybody, you'd be like, why are you such a sucker? Why don't you make more noise? It's like, because I'm just not that guy. So anyway, this has been my video. A little dungeon crawl, Lost Engines of Norath in Everfrost. And we got a couple things. We got a couple of pieces of Defiant, I think Ornate, and Flawed for the Necromancer. I didn't really see anything, like, we didn't get any leather for the Beast Lord. But we did get Necromancer stuff. And I think we got some chain too, but it wasn't chain that I could really do anything with. Like, I already have better on my Ranger. Okay, let's take a look. Well, no, I didn't loot that here. I did loot the flawed chain bracer. You know what? Hey, that is an upgrade. That is an upgrade. So I did get an upgraded bracer, because I just had a rough bracer, right? And I want to keep this because this is really nice. That's my Electrum Trio bracelet with some good gems on it. I did get a flawed plate helm, and there's nobody wearing plate on this team, so I could sell that in the bazaar or give it to one of my many other characters. So this is it. Yeah, we are at the end of the dungeon, and I'm sure if I hit tracking, where's my tracking? Oh, my tracking window's already up. God, I'm so fucking brain dead sometimes. Yeah, so there's plenty of stuff that I could still run around and kill. I just don't see it. And I think this video is long enough, and I know that really long videos aren't always the most popular. How did I miss this guy? Or was he pathing over here? They're so weird when they're like inclined, like halfway up the stairs. That's funny. Oh, and there's another one over here. Now I know it says flesh, but like, what if that was like somebody's massive poo? You know, like they drank some messed up potions the night before. They were out drinking with the fellas. And the next day they just took a wicked dump. And it started talking to them. And it was sentient and it was alive. And then it actually tried to take over, like the wizard's stronghold. It said, you are not using your gifts and magic to its full potential. I, on the other hand, will use my abilities to their full potential. And they take over and they vanquish the wizard that had lived there. And what if the sentient poo was actually like benevolent, like good and caring, and did nice things for people? Like it's an Everfrost, right? So it had like parades and free food drives and stuff for the barbarians, bake sales. But like everything might have a little poo on it because, you know, the being is made of poo. And it's like, have my cookies. It's like, no, they're covered in poo. It's like, oh, come on. I stayed up all night baking them. It's like, yeah, baking poo. Oh, oh, come on, don't go, come on. Don't unsubscribe, it'll get better, I swear. I promise, eventually. When I come up with a good idea of a new video to do, I'm more than willing to listen to video ideas. Like, if there is a crafted item that, you know, that players craft through smithing, jewel craft, potion making, just whatever, that you think I might know how to do, and you're not sure like how to do it, or you think other people might just, you know, find it entertaining, interesting, or useful, toss it in my, you know, comments. Say, hey, have you thought about making a video about crafting this item? Or even just, do you want to make a video where you're taking your level 50s or 60s or whatever and exploring this dungeon over here, or doing this, or just whatever, you know? You want to toss ideas at me, I'll be more than happy to like check them out. And if it's something I can actually do, I'll try to do it. If I can't do it, I'll be like, oh, I can't do it. Sorry, I'm like low energy Fez today. I've been really, really sick. Like I had COVID for a while, which wasn't fun. COVID for 2 weeks. Then after that, I found out I have something else going on with me. And I'm like, yay! Life is a many splendid thing. Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Like maybe I'll kill these guys, and because I'll probably get kicked out of the dungeon soon anyway. Because that's what these dungeons do. They're like, all right, enough of your stupid puns. You're out of here. You're not welcomed anymore in the sentient booze dungeon, and you're not invited to the bake sale. So go, just leave. Bye. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Have a great day and a wonderful tomorrow.